What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Fit Friends. So today, the first start of my track season prep begins, and that's just a simple oil change. So today I'm going to show y'all how to do an oil change on your 2009 Honda Fit. So, there's the beast. Let's get started. So before I begin, I just want to say that the easiest way to do an oil change, get yourself some of these ramps from the auto parts store. They may be $100, but it's so much significantly easier than jacking up the car each time. So if you can, get yourself some ramps. Now let's get the car on it. Not gonna lie, each time it gets a little bit sketchy getting a manual transmission car on top of these ramps, just because, you know, you gotta modulate the clutch and not go flying off the front. But you get used to it in time, makes you good at slipping the clutch. So now that she's on there, let's pop the hood. Now a lot of people seem to not know this. You can put your hood latch there, or it's a little difficult in one hand. You got another latch right here, as acorns fall out of my hood. But yeah, it just gives you more room. Okay, next, you just pop this dipstick out a little bit, so that way when you go to drain the oil, the air can funnel in, and you don't end up with that glug, 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 you know, motion. So to change your oil, you're gonna wanna locate your drain plug, and the drain plug is on the back of the oil pan, a little bit towards the passenger side here, so like, if this is your reference mark, you know, fog lights or whatever, it's right back here. Now, I have a little bit different of a drain plug. As you can see, I have a Fumoto oil drain valve, and I cannot recommend these things enough. Because to drain my oil, all I gotta do, lift up, push forward, drain an oil. But if you have a regular oil drain valve, I believe it's gonna be a 14 millimeter. So now we just wait for that to drain. And if you're skeptical of that Fumoto oil drain valve, I don't blame you. I was too. But this is now the third car I've had it on. Never once had a problem. I take this car on track. I beat the crap out of it. The last car I had it on was my 2007 STI that made 575 wheel horsepower. I launched the piss out of that thing. I beat it up. I've driven it to Colorado, Virginia, Tennessee, like Canada, you name it. I've driven it long ways, and never once did I have a problem with that Fumoto oil drain valve, so I cannot recommend them enough. Save yourself some time, go get one. And I'm clearly not sponsored, as you can probably imagine. This is just me trying to help other people out. All right. Now the oil filter is pretty clear. You can see it's right here. Sometimes you might need to use an oil filter wrench, but I'm gonna set y'all down and do this.
No one put it outside.
All right. Now some people are gonna tell you have to specifically put oil on this ring. Honestly, I've had luck just having the oil that's on there. So I'm just gonna screw it on. Someone might yell at me, but whatever. All right, now I'm gonna clean this up, probably with some brake clean, and we'll fill it up. Now for oil, to tell what oil you need, you just look at the cap. And as you can see here, it says 5W20. But being I run this car on track and the oil gets really hot, I want to be a little bit thicker at higher temps, so I'm running 5W30. Make sure that your dipstick is still popped, so that way when you pour the oil in, again, it doesn't do the glug, 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 glug thing. And just fill her up. I forgot to mention that it's going to be 3.6 quarts that you need, probably about a little bit more if you're going to include the amount with the oil filter. So honestly, I might just send it to 4 quarts. We'll see what the dipstick says. Now, I'm not going to lie, I used to be a no funnel kind of guy, but this thing's kind of a pain in the butt to get to. So I'm definitely a funnel guy with this car. So being this is a 5-quart jug, I'm probably gonna fill it up to about 3.5 quarts, check the dipstick, see where we're at, fill it up from there. All right, so that's 3.5 right there. So now what I'm gonna do is I put the dipstick back in and I'm gonna put the cap back on. I'm gonna start it for a second, let it run, and then I'm gonna check the levels. All right, I just added another 1/2 quart. I'm gonna check that oil level again. Being I didn't run the car, I don't need to really wipe it. It's almost there, not quite. Now it is worthwhile to think that I do have the car up on ramps right now, so the oil levels might be not 100% accurate, being the dipstick's in the front of the engine. But I mean, it's not the end of the world if I overfilled it a little bit. I mean, it is an old Honda, it's gonna burn a little bit of oil, so I might just overfill it a touch. All right, and as you can see, she's perfect now. Well, you can't really see, but take my word for it, it's perfect. So you want to drip some oil everywhere when you put it back in. Oops. And yeah, that was a Honda Fit oil change. Now, after you change your oil, it's just a good thing to take a look underneath, make sure you're not dripping any oil, make sure the filter's tight, make sure that you tighten the drain plug. You know, just check things over before you go driving around. That was step 1 for me track prepping the car for this year. Stay tuned for some more content because I actually have some exciting things coming up for the track, and I really can't wait to show y'all, and I can't wait to see the changes that it does to the car. So if this video helped you, give me a like and subscribe, and if you want to see some track fit content and some Sunday Cup competition content, stay tuned guys. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Come again.